So now we are on YouTube too. So hello guys from YouTube. My name is Gabriele, and today I will guide this immersion about first impressions. Let me explain about TNT. TNT is a language platform for beginner, intermediate, and advanced speakers. Immersion meetings are not regular classes, so we don't teach you or correct you. Please feel free to make mistakes. Here we are in a safe and a respectful place, and we don't judge you. And the best part of it is that we can learn each other through the conversation in a real environment. All right? So guys, we are here in 6, and I will split up you in small groups to make the conversations flows better, okay? So if you receive an invite to go to another room, please accept. If no, stay in the main room, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the conversation and I see you soon. The others stay here. So guys, I suggest you, before we start the conversation, present yourself to know about, because I don't know you, and I think it's good to know about you before we start the conversation, okay? So, Henry Nilsson, can you start?
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Henny Milson. You can call me Henny. My nickname is easier. I'm 30 years old. I'm from Bahia. I live in a city called Itabuna. I work as a credit analyst in a credit cooperative. I graduated in business school, and it's so hard to introduce yourself. Sometimes I forgot what to say. That's it. I hope we know each other better during the conversation. I don't know what to say about myself anymore.
And you, Eder.
Hello, everyone. I'm Eder, and I'm from Coimbra, Minas Gerais. It's a small city, but nowadays I live in Belo Horizonte. And I work with IT in a specific area in IT named cybersecurity. I'm a cybersecurity specialist. And I am married. I have 3 daughters, and I think it's all about me.
And you, Renato.
Hello, everyone. My name is Renato. I'm from Rio Claro, a small city in São Paulo, near from Piracicaba, Campinas. I'm 33 years old. I'm married. I have 2 dogs, and I work as an investment analyst nowadays. And I don't know what to say about me. I think it's my first meeting with you, Gabriele. So nice to meet you guys, and I think that's it.
That's nice. I'm from Rio Grande do Sul. I talk about it in the beginning of meeting, but 2 years ago I came to Rio de Janeiro, and now I'm living here. I'm living alone. All my family lives in Rio Grande do Sul, and I don't have brothers and sisters. I'm not married, and I live in Rio de Janeiro. I started to learn English, I don't think so many, 10 years ago, I don't know. But I started on TNT as a speaker, as a talker last year. And together with TNT, I did classes in English to improve my English skills. And now I'm here as a hosting. And let me see, on my free time, I really like to stay with my friends, go out with them to restaurants, a bar, or movies, or stay at home watching movies, reality shows, and series. I think that is enough to know me. So let's get started this immersion. Renato, can you read the first question for us, answer, and choose another one to answer to?
Okay. Have you already met someone who didn't like right away, even if you didn't know them? I think that actually it happens every time with me. I think that I don't know. I've always been good to feel the person energy. I don't know, and so it happens with me with some frequency. And to know a person and don't like right away without any actual reason. So I don't know. I don't want to grab, but I'm almost always right when when I feel something like that. So yes, it happened to me, and I can avoid it. But I'm a very easy person to get along with everyone. I'm very friendly with everyone, but sometimes we met some people that as we said here in Brazil, o santo não bate. So I don't know. We have enough to do. We just don't like the person, and it's okay. We don't have to like to everyone. But I think that if you treat all the people kind with kindness, so it's okay, but you don't have to to like or to love everyone that you have met. But I think that for me it happened all the time, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know. And how about you, Eder?
Yeah, I have a friend. When I first time I met him, and I'm not I was not good. I didn't like him because of the way that he talked with me, or he talked with my other friends, and I didn't like him in the first time. But when I become knowing him, and knowing his way, I started a friendship with him, and nowadays he is my friend, and I think it's the best example that the first impression it's not so relevant, or we need to give another chance for other people. And hey, Nilson, what do you think about the first question?
Yes, I have to say that it happens a lot with me as well. I think it's normal, actually. We meet someone and we start judging automatically. Unfortunately, I think that's common. It's our brain working, what it has some kind of habit to do that. I don't know. But as you, whether I already I have a friend as well that initially I didn't like very much the way the behavior, her behavior. It's a good friend of mine right now, but I think it's because we have this habit to judge each other all the time. I think the most important thing to do is not to take that impression to the heart. Let's say it like that. we have to be aware that we need to be open to know the other person in the future, because we can have a good surprise, actually. That's it. What about you, Gabrielle?
Good point, Reni, because sometimes people are not in a good day, in a good mood, and sometimes we have a wrong impression about the person. And it's like you said, we can be surprised in the future about this person. And I have a different opinion about Renato, because sometimes I'm not right about the person when I have a first impression that's it's a type of disgusting to me, because sometimes I'm a open person, so I really like to know people in deep. So usually I how to explain this in English, but I wait the person show me more about them, and then I have my own conclusions about the person. So I have a case, a colleague of mine in the past, that the first day that I met her, I didn't like her, but when we becoming more close and we talking about the work and shared our ideas, I really like her. So it's an amazing girl. It's so good to work. It was so good to work with this girl, but I remember that I have a different impression about her when I saw her for the first time. So, yeah, and I have another case similar to Eder, because a friend of mine, I remember that when I met her, I didn't like her because it's so.
It's for everyone or just for me?
For everyone, it's frozen here as well.
I think the problem is Gabriel.
Yeah, I think that's something with her connection, maybe.
She will come back eventually.
We wait for.
I don't know what happens right now, because she's the host.
I don't know the protocol right now.
Me neither. I think she's coming back.
Or not.
She's gone. She's gone.
She's gone forever. So I think that we can go to number 3, maybe. I don't know. And oh, she's back.
Hello, Gabriel.
Hello, I don't know what happens with my internet, so sorry, guys. But I'm talking about another case. I have a friend of mine that when I met her, I didn't like her because she's so serious and she don't smile to everyone. But when I know her when I know her more, I really like to her, and now we are so best friends. Okay. Yeah. So guys, let me see. Henny, can you read the question number 2 for us?
Yes. When your personal view is important to make a good first impression. I have to answer first as well. Do I have to answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. I really like people who is extroverted. I don't know, person who enter in a place and they are smiling. They treat everyone very kind. even if they're not a funny, those kind of person, but if when it all walks in a room and they make everyone feel comfortable and it talks to everyone in a kind of way. I really like those kind of person. I think sometimes you have to make others feel good in life in general. So those kind of behavior, I don't know if that's the main point of the question. Yes, it is.
I think so.
I think, yes. So those kind of behavior make me have a good view about someone, a good first impression when they make each other feel comfortable and they are kind to others. That's it. What about you, Eder?
In my personal view, I think it's important to make a good first impression. I know it's not every. Sometimes it depends of your mood, or if you are good, but I think in the most part of the time we need to. It's important to make a good first impression, because I think when you make a good first impression, other people's tend, or I don't know how to say, but maybe it open doors with other people, because when people have a good impression for you, they trust in you more easily, or they trust in you with more easy. And Renato, what do you think?
I actually agree with all the words that Rennie and others said. I don't have too much to add here, but I think that when we talk about some situations that the first impression is important, maybe I would choose like a job interview, because sometimes you just have one chance, one opportunity to make them like you, you don't have like the second shot to impress them and to make them to feel that you are right for the job, that you fit for that role in the company. So I think that when we talk about situations, the first that comes to my mind is a job interview, because I don't know, me, for example, I have a lot of situations that I didn't make. I think that I didn't make a good first impression, or I didn't have the skills for that job. And if I had a second chance, maybe I would some kind of different approach, and make them to to like me. But I think that unfortunately, at least here in Brazil, we just have one shot. So I think that the first impression is very important in this situation. I don't know if I I answered the question in the way that it should be, but I think that it would be great to to talk about the situation here. And how about you, Gabriele?
Good discussion here, because what Henny said about a person who is extroverted, kind, funny, all this type of qualities make to us to construct a good first impression of a person. And sometimes, okay, we can be disappointed in the future because people can show the good version of he or she, but in the future it could be totally different. But I think when a person has this type of characteristics, I always have a good first impression of them. And I agree with you, Renata, about the job interview, because sometimes we don't have another chance to make a first good impression. And yeah, if we try to show our best part, our qualities, our capacities, how we are kind with the other people, I think all of this contributes to make to construct a first impression specifically for to get a job. But I think this the same is the same when we are in a dating, for example, because sometimes when we are in a blind dating, for example, we don't have maybe we don't have another chance to show how we are in deep, but sometimes it could be good or no, and we have the both ways, because if we are dating with a person and in the future we have more dating with them, maybe this person discover the real side of us. And so I think the best thing in this situation is to be how we are, not trying to be a person that we don't be. I don't know if you understand me, but I'm thinking about it when we are talking about first impression. And the third question is, I think we are discussing
Gabi,
about it.
I don't know if I can call you Gabi. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Sorry
of
to
course.
interrupt.
Okay.
Just about the second question, I'd like to add something related to all what you said, guys, is that one big challenge to the first good impression is when you are shy person have a lot of difficulty to make good first impressions, because you enter in a room or in a job interview or in a dating, you usually are very, I don't know how to say that, contracted, you
I think Henny is frozen.
Yeah, we lose Rini.
Am I back?
Renny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My bad connection here. So I think shyness is a very big challenge to that. When I was hearing you, Gabriel, saying about the characteristic that I said in my first talk, and I was thinking, yes, those type of person usually are not shy. So when you are shy, you have difficulty to make that good first impression that we are talking here, even in situations like a job interview. So you can be misinterpreted, I don't know, or misunderstood. You can easily be misunderstood. That's it. I'm sorry to interrupt you when you were reading.
No, thank you for adding this point. I agree with you, and it's a good point to bring the conversation. So, Eder, can you read the third question for us and answer and choose another one to answer?
Yeah. What are the best ways to make a good first impression? I think there are some ways to make a good first impression, like your posture, like how you wear, how you, if you have a strong handshake, or if you look at the eyes of the other people, if you pay attention and listen all the what all of the other people's had to talk to speak before you speak. Yeah, I think it causes a good impression, because you people think you are a good listener, and I think there are many ways, but you need to use more than one way. You have to use it many ways when you start a conversation, when you start to listen people, and when you hear something. And I think this is the best ways you make a good first impression. And Gabriele, what do you think about this question?
I totally agree with you. I think we can use posture to make a good impression, but the other things like being you or be kind, these type of things are good to make a good first impression. I think one thing that's most important to me is when a person listens to me, then instead of talking to yourself, because it's a good way to see that these people are interested to listen you, and are so that people pay attention about the conversation, about what we are discussing about. So this is the most important things for me. And about posture, when I don't know if you are in a lecture, for example, or talk in public, sometimes people are shaking hands or don't look to you in the eyes. But these type of things, it's like when a person is a shy person, or when this person are not so experienced with the situation, like to talk in public or to talk with a lot of people together. So yeah, sometimes we can't control it, because independent of the environment, depending of the situation. But if we can use, for example, a pen to hang a pen when we are talking in public, it's a good strategy to have a good posture and to transmit like, I'm calm, I'm a calm person, I'm not nervous. So maybe it could be construct a good impression. And how about you, Renato? What do you think? What's the best way to make a good first impression?
It will sound a cliche, but I think that this has, as you said, the secret is to be yourself. No, don't try to be someone else or try to force people like you. I think that it's very bad to try to do it. And I don't know, treat everyone well, make everyone feeling comfortable to be around you. As you said, look in the eyes when the person is talking to you, be kind, treat it. I think that it's like treat other people, other person the way you want to be treated, you know. So I think that that's it. I think that you guys said everything that I would said here, but I think that the secret is to be yourself and treat everyone with respect, with kindness, and you know, to and be truly be interest of what the person is talking about is the best way to show your respect and that you're feeling well with the person. So I think that, I don't know, maybe that's it, because you guys said everything, and I don't have anything to add here.
And what about you, Reni?
I agree 100% with you guys. I really don't have anything more to say about that, because the secret, in my opinion, is to be polite, to be yourself, to be present, listen to what is being talking in the environment, and go for it. I think that's the best way to make a good first impression.
Yeah, polite is a good characteristic to show to another people when we are meeting a new people, and be polite. It's so good. And I have a question, a surprise question for you. Do you think it's harder to be yourself when in another language, for example, in English? Because in my case, I'm not so confident with my English until now. And I think for me, it's difficult to be myself when I'm talking another language. What do you think, Vinny? For you, it's the same, or you have a different opinion?
It's hard to me because sometimes that's the main reason I'm here right now talking to you guys. I really have to learn how to use the vocabulary that I don't have the same vocabulary in English that I have in Portuguese. So I'm limited here talking to you right now. So it's hard. I have to think more about what I have to say, the words that I have to choose. I have to remember expressions and phrases. So I'm not myself right now. I'm just a part of myself. In a certain way, I'm limited right now. I feel like that. What about you, Renato?
The same as you, Renee, because I'm in Portuguese, I'm a very shy person. I don't like to speak in public. I don't like to have too much social interaction. So even in Portuguese, I sometimes I'm not true 100% myself, because I'm very, I don't know if that's the correct word, but introvert. I don't know. I'm a very shy person. So in English, it's even harder. So I don't have the vocabulary to express myself. I don't have the confidence to express myself. I don't know the words. Sometimes I forgot the words. And as I said, for me, it's very difficult to speak with the people that I don't know. So to be here in TNT, it's like a double situation for me, because I don't like to speak in public, and I don't have the confidence to speak in English in public. So sometimes I get stuck. Sometimes I don't know what to say. But as you said, I'm not myself in English, even Portuguese sometimes. So it's harder for me than for other people. So it's tough, but I'm trying. And how about you, Eder?
Yeah, it's I am not myself in English, because I am a talker. I talk a lot. I have a sense of humor, and I am all day. I am all day doing jokes and ironic jokes. And when I am talking in English, I have no confidence in English to talk so many topics, and I have a limited vocabulary, and sometimes I forget some words, some expression, like Henny said, and it's very difficult for me to be myself because I want to talk something, but I don't know how can I say something, and it's very difficult for me because I have a block in my mind, and it's very difficult for me.
Yeah, I totally agree with you guys, and I think when you can be you in another language, maybe it could be a challenge to cause a first good impression. So this is the reason that I asked you about to be you in another language. The question number 4 is, do you usually tend to make first impressions based on what people were? How about you, Eder?
We usually tend to make first impression. I think yes, I do, because when I'm talking on the street, for example, if I see one people with bad dress or wearing some clothes or some extraneous clothes or wearing extended dresses, I try to avoid them. In a corporative when I am in my company and I see some person wearing a tie or some dress or good dress, I think it's a manager, or I think it's a director in my company, and I think I tend to make first impressions based in what people wear. In some situations for good or for bad impressions. And you, Henny. Henny's frozen.
Yeah. But
Guys, I'm having a bad connection right now.
Okay.
But we are here. I think it's okay now.
And I was talking and I was listening now, and then I didn't listen anything. So I was having a bad connection. I don't tend to have to make first impressions based on what people were, and I'm not proud of it. Unfortunately, we have this kind of bias to look someone and judge the person based on what they are wearing. But because I'm conscious about that, I try not to go too far in the idea that I create about that person. But I do make first impressions based on the clothes of someone. I work in a financial market as Renato as well, so I don't know if they work. I think I froze. Yes, bad connection again.
But we are listening to you. Now, I'm not sure because he's frozen again.
I stopped talking.
No, but okay. Now I'm listening you.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
I'm back. I think I'm back. I'm seeing everyone shaking right now. So yes, I'm here. Yes, I work in a financial market, and we tend to wear certain kind of clothes. So we do make those kind of association clothing, and if you are a good professional, if you are a well succeeded person, we tend to do this kind of connection. What I said before, I'm not proud of it, but unfortunately we have those kind of impulse that I have tried to not take too far, and uh, stood in it. I really work to make it not be a big part of what I think about someone else. That's it.
And you, Renato?
As Renee said, in the past, I did it more, and I'm not proud of it. But I learned from it. And nowadays, I don't like to judge the people based on what they are wearing, because I learned that clothes don't say nothing to us. You know, the personality is the most important. And so, as I said in the first question, sometimes I have that bad feeling about the person, and that's okay, but it's from the gut, nothing based on the appearance of what they are wearing. Because I think that, for example, I don't know, I lost the count how many times the well-dressed people were asshole with me. And I had several good conversations and good moments with the bad dressed people. So, I try to see the person behind the cloth. It sounds strange say it out loud, but I try to, to get to know the person, and I don't mind what they are wearing. Because, as Renee said, I work in the financial segment in the bank. And I don't know, 99% of all the people use like a tie and a formal dress way. And I don't like to dress like this. I go to the office like a shirt, the jeans, and all my tattoos and beard. And I feel, and I realize that people look at me and judge me, and I don't like it. So I will not do, I won't do it for, for the other person or the other people, because I know how bad it is. I don't like to be judged, so I won't be judging the people. So I try my best to not have this prejudgment of anyone based on of what they are wearing. So unfortunately, I did it in the past. So fortunately, we learned from the mistakes that we had in the past, and right now I really don't care of what they are wearing. I just care about how the people treat me and how they are kind to me and stuff like that. And how about you, Gabriele? I don't know if you answered.
No, I'm not answer yet, but I totally agree with you guys, because I'm not proud about it, but I think all of us create an image about a person when we see for the first time. It's impossible to not create anything in our minds. But I'm not proud about it, because sometimes we are totally wrong about the perception, the image that we create about the person based on what the person wear, or about the tattoos, about the people who looks like. So yeah, I'm not proud about it, but I think it's impossible do not create an image, because sometimes we don't have the opportunity to talk about the person, and we just look to this person and create an image about the person. But when I think the best way is when we have the opportunity to know about the other and to talk about the person. I think the best way is to talk about and not create, I don't know, what the person is, the way the person is based on the external, you know. So I think sometimes, depending on the profession, we need to wear a kind of things to make an impression, or to make a first impression or an image when we are in a business environment. When, for example, in my case, I look like, as I look younger than I am. So sometimes I try to wear a kind of clothes that make me the same age that I am. But sometimes the people says to me, oh, she is 18, 19, but it's totally wrong. Because usually I don't wear straight clothes. I'm so relaxed and basic person. So I think it's normal a person create an image that not correspond that we are, but we can try to talk about the person and to know about them during the conversation. Okay, guys, unfortunately time is running. I really like to continue this conversation with you, but we are on time. So thank you to stay here until now and to talk about this topic. The girls in the other room are not in the room anymore. I think the connection, maybe they have problems with connection, unfortunately. I'd like to share you the link for the feedback about this conversation. You can mark notes for this conversation and put all the comments about these moments. And I'd like to share the website of TNT, because there we can see all the immersion meetings and the classes and the plans. We can see all about TNT on the website. Okay, so guys, have a nice week, have a nice weekend. It's a pleasure to stay here. I hope to see you again in another meeting. Okay,
guys, bye-bye.
Bye,
Okay.
to the
Everyone.
pleasure.
Good night for everyone.
bye-bye.
Bye.